Hello there, and thanks so much for checking out this video tutorial. I'm Chris with Tech Coaches, here with my colleagues at the Brain Injury Association of Waterloo-Wellington to share a little more insight into technology. This time we're going to be exploring some ideas around digital scams and some tricks that you might face online. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Technology creates many opportunities to stay connected, learn new skills, and access essential services online. The relevance of the digital world to older adults cannot be overstated. Technology devices serve as a critical bridge to overcoming isolation, especially for those who may be physically distant from family and friends. Online platforms can also provide older adults with access to healthcare services through telemedicine, opportunities for lifelong learning, and avenues for civic engagement and advocacy. The internet offers a wealth of resources for entertainment, shopping, and personal enrichment, making digital literacy an essential skill for full participation in today's digital society. However, technology also presents unique challenges, particularly for those who don't feel comfortable and confident. The rapid pace of technological change can be overwhelming, and without the proper support and education, adult learners may find themselves at a disadvantage or exposed to unnecessary risks. It's important to understand that something negative could happen if you put your guard down when using technology. For this reason, at Tech Coaches, we always promote a defensive approach to using your device. We think defense, defense, defense all the time. We pay attention to what we're doing, and we're always being critical of online information and out-of-the-blue communication that I should really think twice about. We slow down. By going too fast, we might miss something, so we really need to pay attention to details and be critical about the things that we see. And we're on watch for scenarios that seem fishy or too good to be true, because scammers are out there, and those with their guard down are the ones that fall for the tricks. The first scam alert we have for you is about fake text messages and how common they are for average smartphone users. It's important to remember that companies and government agencies do not send links via text message or private message to request payments or to offer refunds. In this example we've captured here, we can see a fake text message from a scammer pretending to be the 407 highway system in Ontario, Canada. They claim that this is an automated reminder concerning a remaining balance that's not been paid, and they provide us with a fake link for me to click on so that I can start to process the payment that's outstanding. When I click that link, it takes me to the scam. If I saw this, it doesn't mean that I have a problem. It means that somebody is inviting me to participate in their scam. And if I wanted to, I could simply ignore this message or I could delete it. But no problem happens when I receive it. The issue arises when I click the link in the message and continue to follow through with what the scammer is leading me towards, which is volunteering some vital information that they can then take advantage of. When I clicked on that link, the next step in the scam was for me to prove that I'm not a robot. And after I clicked on that box, it then showed me another very familiar element, something to prove that I'm human by selecting very specific images. And I just wanted to tell you that this scammer was very sophisticated, and when I tapped on the yellow car, it did not recognize it as a fire hydrant and it would not work. On the next page, it shows me a very convincing 407 website. As you can see in the address bar at the top of the phone, it is not the official 407 website. They've made up a new URL and they are simply faking the fact that they are the 407. You can see the image of the logo, which can be acquired very easily from a Google image search for any company that you wanted to make a fake website with. You'll also notice that they've got some very attractive icons that look legitimate, and the yellow box at the bottom of the screen that they want me to click also looks like it matches the branding of the rest of this website. But I assure you, friends, It's a scam artist, and they've done a very good job making a convincing scam. If we scroll down to the bottom of this page, you can see more of these very convincing icons and some vocabulary, some statements that seem true. But with AI technology today, it's very easy for a scammer to make something that seems true. After clicking the Make a Payment button, the first thing it shows me is how little the amount is that I owe. They try and downplay that so that I think I just need to make this problem go away. It's only less than $5. No big deal. Why don't I just click on that Continue button? And that's when the real scam begins, friends, because on the next page, it now asks for the credit card information. And if I provide all of these details, then the scammer was volunteered all of that information. And now they are in a position to take advantage of my credit card. Please remember, companies and governments will not send you a link in a text or a private message requesting a payment or offering a refund. The next scam alert we have for you is all about phishing emails. This is when a scammer pretends to be a business or organization you're familiar with. Microsoft, Canada Post, Netflix are all prime examples of emails that pop up in people's inboxes trying to trick them into logging into their accounts or providing financial information. You can see in this example that the verify your account text in large blue font is put at the top to convince the user that this is actually Microsoft. They also have a review recent activity button near the bottom that resembles the branded color that matches Microsoft as well. It's trying to convince us to sign into our account so that the scammer is volunteered the username and password of the account. It's important to know that Microsoft would not send an email like this unannounced. If you requested to reset your password, then I would expect to receive an email like this. But if I received this without me doing anything and it simply popped up out of the blue, that would definitely be a cause for concern. That suggests that it's a scam, and you should simply delete the email and try and log into your Microsoft account by the website instead of by the link provided in this email message. This next example of a phishing scam comes from an individual instead of a company. I know the individual that sent this email. It reads, "Sorry to bother you. Are you available on email for a few minutes? Can't call. Thanks, Bob." The subject of the email is, "From Robert." When I received this, it stood out as very strange. Knowing this person, they wouldn't usually write a subject such as "From Robert." They would have been more descriptive like, "I need your help," or "Do you have a few minutes for a call?" But "From Robert" is very strange. When I replied to the email, I said, "Hi Bob, sorry, I was running a program when you originally emailed me." Within a matter of minutes, I received a response from Bob. "Thanks for the response. I need to get an Apple gift card for my friend's daughter who is diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. She had lost both her parents to the disease COVID-19. It's her birthday, but I can't do this now. The stores around here are out of stock, and all my effort purchasing it online proved abortive. I was wondering if you could help me get it from any grocery store around you, and I'll reimburse you. Kindly let me know if you can handle this so I can tell you the amount and how to get it to me. Thanks, Bob." I immediately knew that this was a scam because of the request for a gift card. I also could tell that it was a scam because of the elaborate story that the individual was telling me in this message, making me act in haste, making it seem like I need to do them an important favor. This is all the strategy of the scammer. My response to Bob was, "Sorry, I'm broke." And then I didn't hear back from Bob until the next day when he emailed me separately to say, "Sorry, Chris, I hope you didn't fall for the scam, but my email was hacked. Can I have a call with you later today? I need your help." And I knew that that was Robert because it seemed like that's what happened when originally I received his email. Please remember, everybody, Requests for gift cards are always a telltale sign that that is a phishing scam. And if you buy the gift card and provide the scammer with the number that comes with that gift card, then they can get the money and you will not be able to get a refund. That is a very difficult scam to trace back, and the authorities are not very likely able to help you. Moving on from fake text messages and phishing emails, let's now talk about different types of telephone scams. The first is robocalls. These are automated, pre-recorded messages, often impersonating government agencies or businesses that are offering too good to be true special offers on products or services, or they could be demanding payments for non-existing debts. These are often common, especially in Ontario, Canada, around tax season. Lottery scams are next. This is when the scammer says that you won something, but in reality you didn't. On the call, they request that you pay for the taxes or some sort of fee that you'll owe as a result of getting these winnings. And in some cases, they ask for bank account information so that they can deposit the prize, when in reality, they use those details to try and steal money from you. The last one I'll highlight is an imposter scam. This is when the fraudster pretends to be someone else, whether you know them or whether they might be a company or a service provider. Scammers may claim to be in trouble, they may request money for a fake emergency, or they'll ask for some personal information to verify your identity, and now that they know it's you, they're going to use those details wherever they can to take advantage of you. Unfortunately, something that not everyone realizes is that caller ID, or what some people refer to as call display, can be faked. That means that the scammer can choose any number they want to show up on the display, which then potentially tricks you into thinking that somebody you know is calling, or perhaps the authorities or a tax collector or another business is trying to reach you. If it's a bank, if it's the authorities like the police, and they're telling you that you're in trouble or that there's some serious problems with your bank account, please don't believe what they're saying. Get off the call and then look up the phone number for these establishments and call them directly, and then start asking them questions about what the individual was telling you over the phone, and you'll very quickly realize that they did not call you. The organization will not be familiar with what you're talking about, and they will very likely point you towards the idea that somebody was trying to scam you. When it comes to imposter scams, there's a couple of popular ones that I want to make sure you're familiar with. Firstly, know that nobody will call you and legitimately report a problem with your computer. Not Microsoft, not Norton Antivirus. Absolutely no one has any perspective on the health of your computer. That said, when somebody calls and says, I'm from tech support with such and such a technology company and I notice that you have a problem on your computer, please just hang up. It's a scam. Do not do what they are asking, which would be let them control your computer and provide them with your credit card information over the phone. Additionally, another popular imposter scam is often called the grandma scam. This is when somebody calls in the middle of the night claiming to be a grandchild, and they'll say, Nana, I'm in trouble, I need your help. And they'll give a convoluted story as to what's happened. Maybe they borrowed their friend's car and they were driving home from their house and the police pulled them over, and then drugs were found in the trunk, and the grandkid doesn't know anything about the drugs, and now he's calling grandma at 3 a.m. to say, Nana, I'm in trouble, I need you to pay my bail. They found drugs in the trunk of my friend's car and I'm having this big problem in the middle of the night and I can't call anybody else but you. Please, can you help me get out of this situation? And because they're pulling on your heartstrings and they're doing this in haste in the wee hours of the morning, people can often not be thinking clearly, and they can start to give away information over the phone or start to agree to doing certain things when really they shouldn't. This is why the idea of a safe word has become popular. Is there a particular word like pink flamingo or watermelon that if your family and friends say that word, you will believe that it's them, and it would be near impossible for a scammer to know what that word would be? The final digital scam that we're going to highlight in this tutorial is referred to as typo squatting, also known as URL hijacking. This is a type of cybercrime that exploits people's tendency to make typos when entering a website address. For example, instead of typing gmail.com, you accidentally type Gmail with an extra U in the middle by mistake. If that happens, then maybe the scammer has registered a website at that incorrectly spelled URL, and now they display a fake website that is very convincing just to try and get some information out of that person. Let me show you an example.
Important security message. Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus. To unlock the computer, please call support immediately. Please do not attempt to shut down or restart your computer. Doing that may lead to data loss and identity theft. The computer lock is aimed to stop illegal activity. Please call our support immediately. Important security message.
In this typo squatting example, none of the buttons on the screen work. If I push cancel, if I push the X, if I push scan, nothing makes it work. The scammer simply continues to request that I call the phone number on the screen, which is exactly an indication to me that this is a scam. If the only way to fix the problem is to call a number, that's exactly what the scammer would love you to do so that they can act very nicely to you on the phone and convince you to install something onto your computer that then allows them to control it, and they will not give back control to you until you have paid the fee that they request. It could be thousands of dollars, it could be more than that. If this does in fact happen to you, you don't have a problem. You simply are looking at something that's very convincing. And what I recommend for those of you that are on Mac computers, if you push Option, Command, and Escape, that's going to bring up something called the Force Quit Applications menu, and you can click on the application that's showing you that website. On Macs, that would often be Safari, but maybe it could be Chrome as well. And then you will be able to push the Force Quit button, and that will make this error message get off the screen. On a Windows computer, you're going to use Control-Alt-Delete. From that point, it's going to show you a menu that presents the Task Manager to you. When you click on the Task Manager, you will then be presented with a list of apps that are currently running, and whichever app is displaying this scam to you, whether it be Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, or Microsoft Edge, you would simply click on that app, and then you would click the End Task button in the top right-hand corner. For anyone in Canada that thinks that they've been a victim of a scam, they should be aware of the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre. The number is 1-888-495-8501, or you can access them online. If you want, you can report your fraud. You can also learn all about the current frauds and scams that are floating around so that we can inform ourselves so that we do not fall for these tricks. It's my awareness that's going to keep me safe, and if I'm unaware of what's possible, that is not a confident and comfortable place to operate from. And that's all for this tutorial, everyone. So thanks again for checking us out. On behalf of Brain Injury Association of Waterloo-Wellington and Tech Coaches, all the best on your digital literacy journey.